One of the questions was about high smoke point oils that you can cook with. Two great recommendations that I have for you guys. It's avocado or grapeseed oil or safflower oil. These three oils have a very high smoke point and can withstand the heavy stir frying that we do. Olive oil and especially extra virgin olive oil will not work. My take on GMO. Here's the thing with GMO, organic, non-organic. My thing is, if I'm eating a salad and the fruit and vegetable are going to be raw, you certainly want to be buying organic. This is true, of course, if you can across the board. Soy, especially soy and corn. I definitely try to get a GMO, version, GMO-free version, because there's a lot of people and clients and patients and everyone in between that we work with that may have budgetary constraints where you may not be able to buy organic every single time. A good rule of thumb is if it's going to be raw and not cooked, try to buy organic. And if you absolutely must buy the regular, then just, it's going to be cooked down. So that's really a quick and easy answer to a very long question and a complicated one. My go-to smoothie recipes, I usually make a green smoothie because it's a nice way for me to include arugula or spinach in the smoothie. I always keep frozen mangoes in my freezer. And as Dr. Arvin said, to have flaxseed in the smoothie mix, bananas are great, water, and then any number of things like moringa powder, matcha, those things will work. I will be sending the team for the conference a PDF of the recipes and the resources that Dr. Arvin Singh mentioned. So we will send you that right after the conference. What meals do you recommend for beginners? Like I said, I think the pasta recipe that I mentioned with the whole grain pasta, a really nice jarred sauce, sauteed simple vegetables, rely on frozen veggies, like a simple stir fry. All of those things are easy, and you can change the vegetables as the seasons change. That would be an easy way, and just take a trip down to a farmer's market if you're lucky enough to live near one. Cherries for gout. What's the salad again? Not really sure what that question was. Okay, I think I answered all the questions. Anything else? Okay. Yes, I'm getting that. Safflower and avocado, and then a grapeseed oil. Those are the three oils for that have high smoking points. The Thai paste, I'm not really sure what the actual brand is, but there is a brand in a jar with the black label, and that one is vegetarian. It does not have fish sauce. It's a tiny jar, and they make a red curry and a green curry, so you'll find it in a supermarket. Someone asked about cherries. Oh, Cheerios. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Cheerios, guys. There's so many other great cereals on the market. There's been a lot of, again, I'm not the doctor here, I'm the chef, but there is a lot of uh, information recently about the Roundup, which is the pesticides that they use for the Cheerios in the cereal and the product. So for that reason, I will not eat Cheerios, but there's a lot of other great brands that have whole grains in the cereal that are perfectly acceptable substitutes for Cheerios. Any other questions? Okay, guys. If I missed any other questions, I'm sure. Oh, okay, more questions. Yes, okay. Thank you for joining, and don't forget to join us at 1 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. Have a great night. Thank you. Oh, my website is my name, so chefpalakpatel.com. And I'm on Instagram at chefpalak. Well, not .com, but just at Chef Palak. Arvin's actually on. So Arvin, if you can address two things from the panel, if you can talk about the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, if you want to. There's a lot of questions about those two things. Oh, Arvin, you need to unmute yourself. Oh, I think he's an attendee. Let me see if I can change him. All right, I'm going to make him the presenter.
Hello?
Arvin, yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. You said you had a question?
Can you talk about the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15?
I would have to look them back up to sort of give you what the list of the Dirty Dozen is and what okay, you have them.
Yeah, it's generally the list that was published in 2019: strawberries, spinach, kale, nectarine, apples, grapes, peaches, cherries, peas, tomatoes, celery, and potatoes. Those are the Dirty Dozen, and then the Clean 15 is down here somewhere with avocado, sweet corn, pineapple, sweet peas, onions, papayas, eggplant, asparagus, kiwis, cabbage, cauliflower, cantaloupe, broccoli, mushroom, and honeydew.
Okay, so the question, I guess, is whether to buy organic versus non-organic, or which specific fruits and veggies to buy organic versus which ones you can be okay with, buying non-organic.
Yeah, my guess is that I answered from my perspective, and that is, if you're eating it raw, you should buy organic. If you're cooking it, if you can't afford organic, because I know a lot of people, may not have access to organic food, or budgetarily they can't buy every single thing as an organic product. So if you're going to eat it raw, definitely try and buy as clean as possible within your budgetary guideline.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that my opinion is this. If you can, what I personally do and what we do in our family and what I think is best is if you can afford it, always buy organic. But if budget is an issue, then buy non-organic. So my guess is that the benefits of eating organic versus non-organic is probably 3 to 5%. The benefits of eating the actual fruits and vegetables versus not eating the fruits and vegetables is dramatic. So if I would say eat the fruits and vegetables at all costs. Whatever detriment may occur from pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, and so on and so forth that you may get with the fruit or with the vegetable, I think would be offset by just eating large amounts of fruits and vegetables and getting all the protective effects of them. So I wouldn't stress too much about getting organic versus non-organic. I stress a lot more about trying to get those particular foods in your diet every day. If you can afford to, buy organic. If you can't, then buy non-organic, but just get them in your diet. I personally have concerns about GMO products. So I try to get sort of, foods that are GMO, not because necessarily the genetic modified product itself, but because most GMO products are Roundup ready. 95% of GMO products are Roundup ready, which means that they are being sprayed with massive amounts of this herbicide called Roundup. And so those particular items that are GMO, they have higher amounts of herbicide around Roundup on them. So I would also try to get non-GMO foods when at all possible.
Yep. And then the other question, I think we might have gotten all of them. I'm just going back to.
I do see one. It says, what effect do berries have on glycemic index when blended?
Yep.
Well, here's my thought. Anytime you eat a fruit like a berry, completely unprocessed in its natural form, it has the best effect in terms of the amount of fiber you're getting from it. Berries actually blunt glycemic index when you're eating them following or with the meal. So if you're eating high glycemic foods with berries, they actually blunt the glycemic index of it. Now, anytime you take something in liquid form, if you're blending something, you always want to make sure you have the whole fruit in there. So if you're blending an apple, make sure you blend it with the peel and don't juice it. When you juice things, you're removing all the fiber. So always blend versus juice. And then, anytime you have something in liquid form, it's absorbed a little bit quicker than something in solid form. So the glycemic blunting effect isn't going to be quite as much as it would be if you're eating it in solid form. But still, if you're not taking out the fiber through a juicing process that's extracting it, you're still getting the benefit because you're still getting the fiber.
Yep. The salad that I mentioned with the cherries, it's just fresh cherries chopped up with a little mint, pistachio. You can put a little sea salt on and sprinkle a little bit of cardamom. If you like things on the tangier side, I would just squeeze like a few drops of lemon and that's it. Otherwise, it's just a nice, composite salad with a lot of texture and a lot of flavor. And mint and cardamom have a very similar taste profile. That note of mintiness you will get from cardamom, so they complement very well to each other.
Any other questions? Happy to answer anything.
Good questions. All right, guys, we're going to sign off. Thank you for your time and patience, and we'll be around for more questions. Oh, sorry, we're trying to manage first timers. Yeah, I think if there's no other questions, we're going to say goodbye.
I do have one. Is there a cheese you recommend? My family loves Dea? I think it's called D-A.
No, Viola.
Which one? Viola. Okay, I'm not a big cheese eater, but my kids love cheese in their spinach wraps. My wife loves cheese, so it's Viola, V-I-O-L-A.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sold at Publix and or Sprouts, Whole Foods, but it's better than Dea.
D-A-I-Y-A.
Yeah, I've done the research, so Viola is the brand that you want, and Mykonos for butter, cream cheese, and yeah, a brand called Mykonos for the other two. Yeah, homemade cashew cheese and tofu cheese. Yeah, you can do that as well. It's fairly easy to make. Cashews is something, you gotta definitely bulk up on. Go to the Desi store and buy the, packs of cashews and throw them in your freezer so you can have them for a long time. Buy them on sale.
Mhm.